say we've lost our minds. I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design.
Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head, a million dreams keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, but say that you'll bring me along to the world you see, to the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see.
Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head.
A million dreams are keeping me
A million dreams, a million dreams. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
for the world we're gonna make.
I'll be looking back on this and I'll say, I'm so happy that you said you would stay. There were times I know that I was crazy, fraying at the edges and you saved me. I'm losing count of chances that you gave me. You're laughing at me dancing really badly, and telling me the reasons why you'd gladly do it all again. Cause I'm not bad myself, but you're amazing. You're amazing. Oh, I'm not bad myself, but you're amazing. You're amazing. Well, hey, words can never adequately convey everything you're giving to me today. But holding you is better than a holiday, and leaving you I dread it like exam day. So at the risk of sounding kinda risque, everything to now has been the foreplay. Darling, I would follow you to Norway, or anywhere you want it. Cause I'm not bad myself, but you're amazing. You're amazing. Oh, I'm not bad myself, but you're amazing. You're amazing. Myself, but you're amazing. You're amazing. Oh, I'm not bad myself, but you're amazing. You're amazing. Oh, I'm not bad myself, but you're amazing. You're amazing. Oh, I'm not bad myself, but you're amazing. You're amazing. One day, when we're getting wrinkly and our hair's grey, a rusty old banger in the driveway, one of us will maybe wear a toupee, but I will be in love with you.
Welcome, amazing transformational speakers. I'm so excited that you just saw a little entrepreneur juice. Who's excited for this absolute incredible event where you are going to witness transformational speakers in their absolute flow state? As you all can see, you're watching it live, and there's also a live chat down below. Please put in the chat, where are you tuning in from today? Where are you tuning in from today? Linda, amazing Linda is. Where are you tuning in from today, Linda? Nilsa's watching. Where are you tuning in from? Please put that in the chat so we can see where you're all coming from. And we see that this is an absolute international moment where people from all over the world are tuning into Puerto Rico, New Jersey, and for everybody who's not tuning from the chat as well, welcome, welcome, welcome. Because you're a part of something incredible. As I said, it's transformation, what you're about to witness. And that's because 3 amazing speakers have worked 8 weeks to become a transformational speaker, to become someone that doesn't rely on a script, to become someone that shares a transformation while looping you in as an audience. And the beautiful thing, and the reason actually why I'm right here, is because this is a super special place in New York City where transformation is in the air. And where, with all of the things that are going on within you right now, you will know that you have it no matter what. You know, you understand that people have a specific outcome that they want to achieve. But they can trust on the most valuable vessel inside of their body, which is their heart. What you're about to experience is not just information. It's truly, truly transformation. And with that said, I would really love to welcome the host of this special occasion. And this host is someone who's tuning in from the UK. Where are you, New York? We're from the UK. And he is about to introduce the first speaker of this amazing lineup to you all right now. So can I give a warm welcome to the one, the only, Luke Biddle.
Oh my God, Laurie, I am so excited and privileged to be here with everybody today in this international speaking event. And I don't want to take up too much time because we have in the background some incredible, amazing, heart-centered speakers who have been through their own transformational journey in the last 8 weeks, and they are ready to share it with all of you. So I want you to get ready. I want you to give them an amazing welcome. I want you to blow up the chat for our speakers today as I welcome our very first speaker to the stage, the incredible Sandra Coker, who is going to blow your socks off today. So I want you to give her a warm welcome, give her lots of love in the chat, because she is ready now to present to all of you. So take it away.
Thank you, Luke, so much. I appreciate that. A couple of weeks ago, I'm standing in a private room at a local Massachusetts restaurant, a favorite spot here in Westboro, owned by one of my clients. Today, though, I'm not here to work. I'm hosting a party. Not for my amazing 28-year-old daughter. Truth be told, this wouldn't be her first pick for a celebration, but for something equally meaningful, the signing event for my first book, People Profit, which became an Amazon international bestseller just last month. We're having a blast. My son, Lucas, my daughter, Megan, my husband, my mom, and about 60 other friends, clients, and colleagues fill the room with laughter and lively conversation. I really do love a good party. Who doesn't, right? But this moment feels like something deeper. As I look around, I see Lucas chatting enthusiastically with Curtis, and soon they're joined by others, drawn into their conversation. Across the room, Megan is reconnecting with Carrie, one of her very first guests on her podcast, sparking interest from others eager to hear about the podcast. I love that my kids have the natural ability to connect, They confidently create new bonds among all the guests. In that moment, standing quietly off to the side, I feel immense pride, not just about the book, but because of who my children have become. They've truly witnessed it all. The day I lost my job, the challenges of a drawn out divorce. Can you relate to that? The continued daily stress of caring for their chronically ill older brother. Yet, here they are, effortlessly doing what has always been our family's secret weapon, connecting with people. Watching them that night, it was less about me being an author and more like witnessing the ripple effect of something meaningful unfolding in real time. I felt like a proud mom, seeing her kids embrace our legacy of building valuable relationships. Let me ask, am I the only one that sees a best selling author, a successful business person, or someone on stage like me and thinks, that's not possible for me? At that moment with my kids, it felt like accumulation of everything that erased all of my self doubt. But the road to get there wasn't so clear. In fact, there was a time when everything felt like it was unraveling. Let me take you back. It's 5 days before Christmas, 2019. The lights are glistening, snow on the ground, people are bustling around, humming Jingle Bell Rock. It's giving full Hallmark movie vibes. My house is festive and ready for the onslaught of my grandkids and family activities. The tree, of course, I got Thanksgiving weekend, is sparkling. The Dickens Village is set up beautifully on my bay window, and my living room is decked out like the mall during the holidays. So fun! You might not be that person, but do you know someone like me? But that Friday afternoon, after putting on my coat, getting ready to head into work, I just can't shake that weird feeling. My boss had called a meeting, and something about it really didn't sit right. I don't think this is going to be the thanks for your hard work this year kind of meeting. Who else in this room has ever felt like you're doing everything right, but your gut is screaming something is wrong? There shouldn't be, as I had just finished out the year, closing $750,000 of the $1 million in sales that year. I was the Beyonce of the business, but my stomach was still in knots. I walk into his office, cheerfully wishing him a Merry Christmas, chatting away about gingerbread houses and my daughter coming home from college. Don't you just love Christmas time? I did, until that afternoon, because that's the day I got fired. Merry Christmas to me. Has anyone else ever had one of those, wait, what just happened kind of moments where you thought you were killing it only to have the rug pulled out from under you? There was no warning. No, we need to talk. Just Merry Christmas, here's your last paycheck, and don't forget your poinsettia on the way out. So now I'm walking out of my office, well, my former office, single mom, 3 kids, one in college, one about to be. And if you have teenagers, you know, college is just a polite way of saying, give us your house. I was devastated. I was so unsure. I was trying to figure out if I could make Christmas dinner just with Kraft macaroni and cheese and my crushed dreams. Take a moment. What's a big life moment that flipped your world upside down? Maybe you're still sitting with it. Maybe it changed your whole trajectory. That event is what changed mine. Can I ask, when life falls apart, who do you call? Do you have that go-to friend, the one that shows up with a bottle of wine? Sauvignon Blanc is mine. McDonald's, and maybe a spreadsheet of action steps. That's what saved me. Not a new degree, not a bank loan. It was people. After I was fired, I was introduced to Phil through someone in my network. Phil didn't know me from a hole in the wall, but after one conversation over coffee, he said, "You're my new project." He became my mentor, business advisor, and biggest champion, and still is to this day. That introduction never would have happened without the relationships I had made before I needed them. We all spend so much time building our skills, but when life implodes, it's not your resume that saves you, it's your relationships. Now, listen, people can either lift you up or weigh you down. For every wise, generous Phil, there's a Chad. He's out there treating networking like a door to door sales gig. Have you ever met someone at an event who clearly skipped the how to human class? They shove their business card in your hand like they're handing out a flyer for a timeshare. Or maybe they corner you, talking endlessly about themselves, about their Labradoodle named Fifi, their golf swing, their high school glory days. And 10 minutes later, without coming up for air, they hit you with, "So, can you introduce me to your boss?" No, I cannot, Chad. Networking should not feel like speed dating with LinkedIn profiles. Who here has ever met a Chad? Or maybe even been the Chad? It's okay. We've all had desperate times. Which brings me to my next point. Become the person in the room who others ask for help. For me, this really comes naturally. I've always made it a priority to add value without an agenda. When you consistently show up for people, the impact is actually really profound. Let me illustrate this with a quick story. A few years ago, I met someone in the auto industry. We never met in person, but we stayed connected over the years, checking in genuinely over time. Recently, he found himself on vacation at Disneyland with his family. In the middle of what should have been a magical day on Main Street, he got the call that he was fired. He reached out immediately when he got back and said, "I'm ready to go out on my own, and you're the only person I trust to help make this happen." We had built a relationship over time. We had built trust. That's it. We now have a plan to build a vertical of business that helps thousands of auto dealerships across the country to have more success and retain their talent. Let me ask, who would call you when everything hits the fan? Would you be someone's first call? As I look at the life I've built, the clients I serve, the business I love, it didn't come from cold emails or transactions. It came from warm, genuine human connections. We build trust through consistency, generosity, and follow through. When you show up for others without an agenda, they remember. And when you need something, they show up. This is exactly what happened to me during my dark days. But let's talk about the real heroes of my success story. My girl group, the Fabs. Am I the only one who's part of a group who has a chat filled with more memes, emojis, and celebrations than actual words? You know, the chat you put on Do Not Disturb, and 3 days later, your storage is full? Some of the best career advice I've ever gotten was sitting on my couch in sweats, eating Cheez-Its and texting. Do I respond to this client or just scream into my pillow? Those girls, they are my lifeline. Every new adventure, every risk, they're cheering me on, even when I do something totally wild, like deciding to get my motorcycle license at age 52 as a tribute to my significant other who passed away at age 50 suddenly in 2020. He never got to ride. It was on his bucket list, a dream left unfinished. So I did it for both of us. The Fabs didn't blink. They worried, but they rallied. They hyped me up like I was trying out to be Marc Marquez in the next MotoGP championship. Every drop, wobble, mile, and ounce ounce of my reclaimed joy, they celebrated with me. 4 years later, riding isn't just a hobby, it's my love. And it's a living tribute to Matt, to me, to choosing life, even in loss. That's real support. That's your board of directors. And as a bonus, you don't have to wear Spanx to meet with them. So let me ask you, who are the people reminding you of your power when you can't see it yourself? We love to romanticize about the self-made journey, about bootstrapping and hustling, rising like a phoenix. But let's be honest, the phoenix had people fanning the flames, right? Your people give you perspective, courage, and sometimes the actual opportunity. They open doors you didn't even know existed. So, yes, build your skills, sharpen your tools, but don't forget the people. They are the foundation of every pivot, promotion, and possibility in your life. So, what happened after that Christmas catastrophe? Today, 5.5 years later, I'm the CEO of a rapidly growing 7-figure company. I work with amazing people doing work that lights me up every day. I'm married to an incredible man who also loves to ride. We have 7 chickens, a dog, and a very mean cat. She's terrible. Let me leave you with this. Think about the people around you, the texts you haven't responded to, the mentor you haven't updated, the former coworker you keep saying, we should grab coffee, and never do. What if your next opportunity isn't out there somewhere? It's already around you. It's in your contact list. It's across the room at the event you almost didn't attend. So the next time life throws you a plot twist, remember, it's not who you are that gets you through. It's who you're with. So, who are you calling after this talk?
Oh my God. Wow. Sandra, that was amazing.
Thank
So
you.
powerful. I love it. Oh, and the audience loved it too. You're going to love reading the chat. Just drop a word to just summarize how you feel after Sandra's incredible talk right then. And Sandra, how are you feeling right now, having delivered the best presentation of your freaking life?
I'm excited. There was a lot of versions, and I was tweaking it this morning. So I'm really excited. Thank you. This has been a great journey.
And absolutely incredible. Do you
Thank
see all the comments that we have in here, Sandra? You did an outstanding job, and I cannot wait to celebrate even further with you in our call later. So let's hear it one more time again for Sandra, everybody.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay, Sandra, that was outstanding. And our next speaker is so heart-centered. I cannot wait for him to have his moment in the spotlight because he is such an inspiration and his mission is so big. When he shares it with you, I know it's going to open all of your hearts as well. So without further ado, I want to welcome to the stage Ubaid. How are you, brother? I know that you're ready, Ubaid. We can't wait to hear your beautiful words. So I'm going to introduce you, my friend, because the stage is yours.
Thank you so much for this introduction. Every great story begins with a desire, a longing for something transformative, meaningful, and enduring. As a physician turned out as a physician who's now a burnout recovery coach, I deeply understand this fundamental human need, the desire to restore balance, find inspiration, and connect deeply with the world. I have witnessed it firsthand, the struggles of frontline healthcare workers. I was one for the last 15 years as an MD. I have been there and I have witnessed dreading shifts, running on empty, losing passion, missing family time. But it doesn't have to be this way. It all boils down to one thing: burnout. Burnout among healthcare professionals is alarmingly prevalent. According to the Journal of American Medical Association, about 50% of US physicians report symptoms of burnout. This epidemic affects personal lives, patient safety, and incurs significant economic losses, including increased turnover and reduced patient satisfaction. Burnout thrives in isolation. However, when we share our struggles and vulnerabilities, we foster a community and resilience. Healthcare workers are prone to more trauma and hence a greater need for them to utilize in house resources to combat it. The actionable tool here is to create a safe space for storytelling and vulnerability, fostering emotional safety and collective healing. I discovered firsthand how much storytelling helps foster connection amongst healthcare workers. The actionable tool that we created as first line healthcare workers, and I witnessed it with my teams during the times of COVID, was that we thrived when we shared our stories together and connected with this emotional safety and collective healing that was primarily helping us, help with the COVID 19 during those days. Similar stories I heard when I came to New York City. Now, it was sure a hell in Iowa, and I couldn't imagine how difficult it was for people who dealt with this catastrophic disease in New York City. When I came in there, I heard all these stories from them, and again, I encouraged storytelling amongst my colleagues. Again, this was a transformative experience, learning from them, their experiences, and now this is what I share in my program that I am developing, and this is a new direction I have taken on in my life. Authenticity has guided me profoundly. In 2012, I remember during my US visa interview, I was asked this question, would you work in US? And contrary to the belief, like what was being told was that I'm just going there to visit, but actually I was going there to appear for my clinical exams. And I answered honestly that if given the opportunity, yes, I'll come and visit and work in USA. And to that, the visa officer replied, and I remember that, thank you for being honest with me. I know how many people would have answered. And my visa was eventually approved after administrative processing, and I came to Chicago, New York. Thanks to Almighty Allah, after having been on this journey for 10 to 15, more than 10 years now, uh, I recently completed my online education MBA through Power Business School in Spain, and this concluded a journey that I began in University of Iowa. And my healthcare leaders asked me, "What if you can finish this program in 2 years?" And I confidently replied, "Then I'll finish it in five." Supported by an incredible team at Unity Point Health, I achieved this milestone in under 4 years. My team allowed me to take time off whenever I needed for any reason, and in return, I had to be available for them whenever they had their planned days off. Balancing multiple roles isn't straightforward. Via many world class energy alignment coaches, I got to reflect deeply on moments of self abandonment, betrayals, and learn strategies to reclaim self worth. Today, after many years of trauma research, we are fortunate to understand the beneficial impact of these science backed methodologies, breath work, trauma informed yoga, EMDR, somatic therapies. These are just a few that I can name right now. These practices reactivate essential brain areas which are shut down during any trauma or stress related situations. Establishing daily intentions and prioritizing tasks clearly each morning is an important aspect we teach our clients in our program. Even small mindful practices can transform chaos into clarity and burnout into resilience. Healthcare workers often hesitate to set boundaries until burnout forces their hand. Effective boundaries such as clear on call expectations, protected rest periods, and unplugging from the devices before bed. These are all very critical things that are needed for sustained wellness. I have learned this the hard way. TikTok and unplugging from social media remain one of my biggest challenges. I work on overcoming. But I have to give TikTok credit. Two of my coaches who have had the greatest impact on my journey so far, where I stand today, I met them on TikTok. So burnout need not to define your story. Through storytelling, intentional alignment, and clear boundary setting, transformation is within your reach. Thank you for sharing your valuable time with me today. Your story matters, your health matters, and together, through our coaching and consulting services and the power of storytelling, we can end this epidemic of burnout. Thank you so much.
Wow, wow, wow. Ubaid, my God, you rocked it, my friend. You absolutely rocked it. Let's have some love for Ubaid in the chat. What was one thing you took away? What's one insight? What one emotion that came out for you when Ubaid was sharing his powerful story? Because this is such an important mission. And I saw people putting into the chat some of the things you were saying, Ubaid, these powerful strategies and how important they are. And I really want to honor and respect you for this, Ubaid, because I know that what you shared in our group is that you've had some challenges personally in the last few days and that you didn't feel ready, but you did it anyway, brother. You did it anyway because you were born ready and you're always ready to take the stage. And I just want to honor you stepping up and sharing your beautiful heart with us today. So let's have another round of applause for this incredible man with his heart-centered message. Ubud, you rock, my friend, and I can't wait to debrief with you later. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay, now we have our final speaker for today. But who's had an exciting day so far? Who's taken away some incredible insights already from our first two speakers? Yes, let's see. Drop a 1 in the chat if you found something powerful from our speakers already today. Well, you are in for another treat because we have another heart-centered speaker who is an incredible soul who is contributing so much creativity to the film industry. And I just cannot wait for her to share her next passion project with you today. And I know she's going to light your hearts on fire as well. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Marie to the stage. Marie, so good to see you here. We are all so excited and ready to listen with open hearts and to share our feedback and insights with you. I know that this is going to be so beautiful and I cannot wait. So let's not wait any longer. The stage is yours, Marie.
Thank you. Thank you. So, have you ever been afraid at a party someone is asking you what you do? And you're like, I'm really afraid sometimes to say that I'm a filmmaker because then they're going to get me locked into, I have this documentary idea and all this story. And then you can't see the people you want to see, I am afraid to say that, but I am more afraid to hear the voices in my head that it says I can't or I'm not good enough. Do you have those voices? Does this sound familiar? Were you always confident about yourself and where you were headed? Fear has a way of leading us to the unexpected. Fear can either push us to leap off a cliff, or they could take us away from it. So it's really that powerful voice, but it's how we respond that I ask you, which are you? The leaper or the runner? Please respond in the chat. Let me know. So yes, it was this fear that led me to the latest documentary. It pushed me into daring adventure. It took me off that cliff. And it all started with my friend Donald. Donald had called me. He's a Peruvian film director. He called me on the phone and he said, I just sat down in Florence in front of this guy, and he was in this crossroads. And he has left a life of academia in Paris, of comfort, a life of comfort. And he said, I want to find what I'm looking for. It kind of makes me think about the YouTube song. it was this personal quest for meaning that he was going to embark. And he said, you know what, if you guys want to film us, you can go. But I ask you two things, and there's two requirements. The requirements are, you have to let me conduct the interviews, and you cannot follow me sailing. And wow, it was so hard for me because I love sailing. But then the other thing that was almost serendipitous was that, my name is Mari, but his boat was called Maribel. So shared such a connection. It was like, okay, I'm going to go into it. So the other thing is also, if you look at him, he's this teeny little guy. His hair is all over the place. And he was telling me how he was going to sail. He said, I have a little boat, and it has no cabin, and it has no gasoline. It's just going to be solar powered. And I'm like, wow, this is really cool. It's like raw, man over nature. And it's going to be into 33 islands around the country of Italy, you know? And these are gems. These are islands that nobody has gone. You're going to have to take a trip going from the airport in Milan, then you have to take a bus, and then 2 ferries. So we were bringing our audience into uncharted places that it's not the typical trip to go to Rome or Florence or whatever. You're going into, very adventurous areas. And then he would go conduct the interviews in Italian. And I'm thinking, wow, not any tourist could ever do this, because even if they take all this transportation to get in, to have the islander tell you the story of how he's living or whatever, wouldn't happen. So I thought, this is really great. And this is going with the mission of National Geographic or whoever is going to get it, So they were the other things is, I was thinking, well, if I can't follow him, how am I going to film this? So I thought, okay, Lucio, you have to let me put the GoPros inside, and then I want to have the outside. And you guys can't believe what I found. He was in a storm, the boat flipped, then there were dolphins that were following him. Sometimes there were even fishes that were flying and fell and visited him. So it was a really great strategy that we did. Another thing also was that we had and one of the top cameras was called the Gemini, which had been sent from NASA to shoot and to explore space. So now the film industry is using it. And it just, the shots that we got at night were incredible. A little tidbit to go back to tell you a really incredible thing that happened to me personally was my husband, that I work with him together, before we embarked on this trip, went under the knife because his retina in his eye ripped. And it was just really hard for us to do that. So there was all this tension of how we were going to complete it. So there was a lot of stress in the preparing. And then when we were following, we went through amazing views. The Mediterranean is one of the most beautiful places on earth. And to go and scuba dive and talk with people, sit down and eat the Italian food was fantastic. But really, I want you to think about this. How many times we find ourselves in a crossroads, and do we have the courage to step out and to really get out of our comfort zone? And again, I say, are you a leaper, or you run away from issues? And this is so interesting when I met him, that he had the courage to leave everything and to find that adventure. And at the end of the adventure, because he went through all 33 islands, he started in Palermo, which is the bottom of the boot, and he finished going all over up to Venice. And when he finished there, there's a quote in T.S. Eliot, if you don't know him, it's called, we shall not cease from exploration, and the end of all that exploration will be to arrive where we started and know the place for the first time. I just thought, yes, he had left looking for something all around. And then he came back with the love of his life. And he started to do his own job. And now he has all these jobs that are taking people scuba diving all over the world with the love of his life. I just talked to him lately, and he had broken his wrist in the Greek islands. So I am trying to work on this. We're about to finish. And the last part to share with you about this personal documentary is that there was a really tight connection with Italy for me because my grandfather had been an ambassador for many years. My mother got married in Rome. I lived, and as you can see, there I am in Rome. And my mom said that she had trained me since I was little to tame tigers or lions. But anyhow, I wanted to give back. There was a personal touch in doing this. And can we also work on things that are courageous in our lives, but that also bring our heart and our head together for the good of others? Thank you.
Oh my goodness me, Marie, what a powerful, moving adventure that you went on with this. I love the innovation.
Can't hear anything.
It was so incredible to step behind the scenes of a filmmaker. I remember when I was a kid, I would watch movies and, I always thought, what would that be like when, if I could be making movies like this? And I think you touched all of our hearts with, what it's like to go through that and what you gave of yourself. How does it feel now to have shared this journey with this audience today?
Muted it. Okay, I had muted it. I was really I was nervous, but it's another leap of faith. Thank you so much for the honor of sharing this beautiful story with you all.
Beautiful, beautiful words. And just drop a word in the chat. What did that mean to you in the audience? What word, what experience, what emotion did you have when you heard Marie share her heart in this vulnerable way? What did you get? I just loved it, Marie. I think I loved all of our speakers today. I think you all did amazing. I'm going to invite our other speakers back to the stage, and so we can give them another incredible round of applause because all of them did such an incredible job. And I think it's the transformational journey that each and every one of you has been on has been so powerful to watch. And I know that each and every one of you has stretched yourself and taken yourself to the next level. And what I love is that I think we all dream about the perfect presentation. And Laurie always says, she says, there's the presentation that you wanted to give, there's the presentation that you prepare for, and there's the presentation that you give. And the one that moves people most, and the one that we learn the most from, is the one that you just step up, get heart-centered, and you give. And I know that everyone in this room today and everyone who watches on the replay is going to see how powerful every single one of you is and how powerful the story will become the more we refine it, the more we share it. Because every time we share our story, it gets even more powerful, even more transformational. and it evolves like we do. You guys have all reached the next level, and there's always another level for each of you. So keep showing up, standing up, keep speaking up, and every single one of you are going to change even more lives than you ever thought possible. I want to give you all a round of applause again. I cannot wait for our next session in the debrief. Final thought in the chat, please, guys, from these three incredible speakers. Sandra, Ubaid, Marie, you guys crushed it. I'm so proud of every single one of you. And I cannot wait to see what's next for all of you guys. Let's just see what else we got in the chat. And once we've done that, we're going to call it a wrap. And I can't wait to do the debrief, hear how you feel. Any last thoughts from the three of you about how this experience has been?
Thank you. It was an awesome journey. I loved it.
Beautiful. Thank you, Sandra. Ubaid?
It was amazing, amazing introduction. And even though I was not prepared for it, you made it easy for me to start. And even in the end, thank you so much for all that.
Wow. Well done for stepping up, Ubaid. And Marie?
Yes, I took a great load off my back, and I really thank you for being so gracious with us. Thank you. You two did amazing. Thank you, Sandy and you. But
Well, and just one final thing from me. Just look at these smiles, guys. These are big smiles. This is how it feels to conquer your fear of public speaking, to go from afraid to paid in such a short period of time, to share your message on a stage you didn't feel ready for, but you did it anyway. You turned courage into confidence, and I'm so proud of every freaking one of you. And we'll see you all next time on the next graduation for the Public Speaking Academy. Thanks for tuning in today, guys. Thanks to all of our amazing speakers, and we'll see you in the back room in 5 minutes, guys, for our debrief. I love all of you. I'm so proud.
Thank you.